Thank you, Ade, and a very good evening, everybody. And just before we start here this evening, a quick line on all who have helped make this event possible. The event on July 25th is brought to you by Jeddah Season in collaboration with Riyadh Season and The Ring magazine, promoted by Matrim and Gold Star Promotions, and of course it goes without saying, an extended thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh. A very good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's kick-off launch press conference. A wonderful turnout here at the Exhibition Centre in London, as it always is when the main man Anthony Joshua is back in town. Of course, the next one on the list for AJ, how good it is to see AJ back in a boxing ring, doing what he loves to do and doing what he does best, is this man down here to my left, 20-1 with 20 knockouts, Albanian Kristian Prenga. And as always, in the most unpredictable of divisions, the most unpredictable of landscapes, and the most unpredictable of sports, the opportunity and the jeopardy on both sides is as big as it has always been. Of course, for Kristian Prenga, who arrives here before he heads over to Jeddah in July, a chance to beat Anthony Joshua and change his life, his career and his family's lives in the process, and of course in the minds and the eyes of boxing fans and sporting fans around the world, very much spoil a particular party which seems that is planned for later in the year. And of course, for Anthony Joshua, in the eyes of many, he's done his media today, and I'm sure he's been asked this question hundreds of times, not just today but throughout his whole career. It's seen as the final hurdle for that potential showdown with Tyson Fury, but all eyes, all focus on this man, first of all, Kristian Prenga, live exclusively around the world on the zone from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, July 25th. Just before we hear from the fighters, we are going to hear from some important people up here on the stage. As always, these two, I think, over the last year have actually become friends, I think, of sorts. Mr. Rick Reno down there, Versace, what an outfit that is. I don't think AJ can even pull that one off. Rick, lovely to see you as always. We're flying, aren't we, at the moment on the zone, and particularly in this heavyweight division. Just 9 days ago, of course, in the shadow of the Great Pyramids of Giza with Alexander Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. But for this fight, for the heavyweight landscape, what do you like about Anthony Joshua versus Kristian Prenga, and how good is it to see AJ back in action on the zone?
Well, I think the heavyweight division needs the return of AJ. It's a proper injection into the excitement that's going on. Last month in Egypt, me and AJ was right next to me, and Eddie a few seats away, had our mouths open, witnessing a kickboxer, a legendary kickboxer, but someone with very minimum boxing experience, take the #1 heavyweight almost to the brink of defeat. And now AJ steps in the ring with a dangerous opponent, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, 1 decision loss early in his career, but who also happens to be a former 2-time European kickboxing champion who knows Rico and also transitioned into boxing with very limited, amateur experience in the sport, and makes him for a very unpredictable opponent. But AJ is a guy who's the utmost professional and takes one fight at a time, and he's fully fixated on this fight. You don't see headlines about AJ hanging out at a nightclub at 4 a.m. or being dragged out of a pub. He doesn't even use hair dye. That's actually his natural hair color, and not everybody up here can say that. Now we know Prenga could punch, but whether or not he could deal with a world-class operator, we'll find out next month in Jeddah.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, great to see you, and I know how pleased you are always to be beside your friend and the main man Anthony Joshua to your left there. For you, Eddie, what makes this fight, in your own words, an important one in the Anthony Joshua story and why?
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Thanks, everybody, for arriving today. Thanks, Rick. It's nice to see you down the end rather than at the front. Also got a cheek talking about Barnett's when you look like you comb yours with a pork chop. But,
Wait, let me ask you this, Eddie. We know that you hair dye. Wait. We know that you dyed the curtains, but you also dyed the drapes as well.
Please, yeah, there's no dyeing here, but you got some front wearing that clobber. But I'll tell you what, they give you a couple of reals, you'll say whatever you want, but it's nice to see you where you should be, down the end. Anyway, on to the real stuff. We're very proud. I think this is, they call this the comeback, which is quite strange because it's only really been 6 months since we saw AJ in the ring in December. Obviously everyone's aware of what happened since, and for me this is one of the great comebacks. I know AJ is always business as usual, but for us, we're incredibly proud of what he's done to return to the ring. Physically, mentally, emotionally. And I think boxing, as he said, boxing is his purpose, boxing is his peace. And when I go out to Valencia and see the training camp with Alexander Usyk, I don't just see Anthony Joshua in the backstages of his career. I see a guy that is more driven and more focused than ever to not just demolish Prenga on July 25th, not just to demolish Tyson Fury, but to try and become world heavyweight champion again. The dream now almost feels like it had more purpose than it's ever had. And as his promoter, as his friend, we're unbelievably proud of him. And there's a lot of media here today that talk about AJ carrying the sport of boxing. This was never his intent, but the reality is, the fact is, the reason that we're here, the reason that we have Riyadh season, these big heavyweight matchups, is because of the energy and the purpose and power that this man injected into the sport over the last 15 years. From winning Olympic gold in London to becoming world heavyweight champion, even the Dillian White fights at the O2, stadium boxing wasn't a thing before this guy started filling them up. And we know the risks that are coming with July 25th. Everybody knows the fight with Tyson Fury signed. Everybody knows that's the biggest fight in boxing. But there's a guy down there who, every time they step up to fight Anthony Joshua, they raise the bar. Oh, he's not the fighter he was. Oh, he's coming off an injury. Oh, mentally he's not the same guy. All this hope. But this is probably the worst time to fight Anthony Joshua right now. And we look forward to coming to Jeddah. And I think that's important to note as well. All these fights in Riyadh, great to go to Jeddah for Jeddah season. And thank you to His Excellency for making the big fight happen. But that's all irrelevant until we deal with a very accomplished fighter in Prenga. But for us, you know, we are incredibly proud to see this man back in the ring. I think it's one of the great comebacks. And I think you will see the very best Anthony Joshua in Jeddah on July 25th.
Thank you, Eddie. AJ, welcome back. Great to see you back on the big stage. I asked Eddie a similar question, Anthony, but in your own words, in your own mind, this fight with Kristian Prenga, what does this represent in the Anthony Joshua story, and what makes it an important one? Why?
Represent. First, I just want to say thanks for everyone coming out today. Much appreciated. Shout out to my forever family in the building as well. You know what it is. What does it take to be strong? Trust me, you know what it is. So we're strong, we're focused. Thank you for Eddie Hearn, His Excellency, the ring, Riyadh season, for supporting this great opportunity. It's a massive year for me. When I sat down with Eddie and the team, there was an opportunity to fight Prenga, of course. And then they also said, but we want to extend that deal and give you an opportunity to fight Tyson Fury. Now, you put any fighter in that position where I was, they're saying, let me sign that contract. Give me the opportunity to fight Prenga. Give me the opportunity to fight Fury. Give me the opportunity to fight for the championship. It ain't about looking past anyone. It's just knowing your purpose and knowing your steps forward and moving up the ladder. And I've got a clear goal. I know what this year's about. I know how tough this year's going to be. But I'm definitely the man for the job. I'm looking forward to the challenges. You know, I've been training hard. That's my life. I'm just going to go and tune in my focus tomorrow when I go back into training camp. Obviously, we step out of training camp. We do a bit of media, spend a bit of time with our families before we go away. We take ourselves to another place physically and spiritually. And July 25th, in Jeddah, the best man will win.
What does boxing still give you, AJ, after all these years, and what do you still love about this great sport?
What does boxing give me? It gives me an opportunity to work. Everybody has, I'm a contractor, this is a contract, this is my job. So I've got an opportunity to work, and basically I've got a chance to improve. I'm really focused on improving my talent and my skill. So this training campaign is just about oh, let me get fit, let me get strong. I really want to improve my boxing IQ. I want to go in there and show how good I am, basically. Because I think when I do that, I got clinical performance.
Kristian, welcome, great to have you here. What an opportunity it is for you. We have Sami Lusaj as well with you to translate. The question is, when the call came to face this man, Anthony Joshua, what were the emotions like for you, and what does this opportunity mean to you as well?
Hello everybody. To be honest, when my manager is calling me, he say, you have big opportunity, you're gonna fight AJ. First, I don't believe it, but I say, let's go. It's my time now. I respect him. He's a great fighter. I watch him from the first fight. Always. I grew up with him. But everything he had sometimes. I think now is my time. I need to show the world. I training hard. I train more than never. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling ready. And I'm trying, and I think I'm going to show the world.
Okay, thank you, Kristian. But just going to hear from Team Prenga as well before we work our way back to AJ and Kristian Prenga as well here at the press conference. Sami, welcome. In your man, Kristian Prenga here, how do you believe he will shock the world on July 25th? And how good is he? Tell the world how good your man is.
Well, I met Kristian a long time ago, and we've been friends for a very, very long time. And when I met him, maybe like a month after we first met, I changed his name on my phone as the champ. And there was a reason for that. He was in camp. The way the man trains, his dedication, his fierce on the ring. I saw it in his eyes and in his heart, and I knew that big opportunities are going to come, and here we are today, and there's a lot more to come.
And Keith Sullivan down there as well on the left. Keith, welcome. Looking at the quotes in the press conference and hearing Kristian speak today, the word miscalculation, the word mistake are two words that have been used. In your opinion, why have Eddie Hearn and Team AJ made a mistake choosing this fight when you look at what is potentially ahead?
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. First, I just want to thank Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and his whole team, DAZN, His Excellency, for putting this fight together. Let me start by saying I have a lot of respect for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, his company. I really do. The people he is working with are excellent. I'm sort of shocked that they made this level of a miscalculation. I really am. What they have in Kristian Prenga is a live dog who's coming for it all. This is a win-win fight for Kristian Prenga. Unfortunately, Joshua, we have tremendous respect for you. This is a lose-lose for you. The situation your team has placed you in is untenable. And it's shocking that Eddie and his team chose to take on a heavy-handed, heavyweight puncher like Kristian Prenga with their prized possession. But don't worry, Eddie. On July 26th, you'll have a new prized possession. His name will be Kristian Prenga, because he's winning on July 25th.
Thank you, Keith. AJ, you've been in this game a long time. You've been in this game a long time. You've heard all sorts coming from the other corner. Do you not mind this energy? What do you make of the energy?
What did he say exactly about July 26th? No, I want to hear.
It's hard to hear up
Made a miscalculation. I just think that these guys, they just dig a grave. The grave's already been dug, but they keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm just going to do what I need to do. I've got full belief. I just know exactly what I need to do. I'm not worrying, I respect him. I respect every opponent. But when I look at myself, I know what I've got to do, and I know I'm going to deliver. It's what I do. It's what I do. It's what I'm going to do. All the talk's cheap. We will see. We will see. This is my division. Ever since I come into boxing, I've been heavyweight from amateurs, I come in late, I rise to the top. I come to the pros, I rise to the top. It's hard to stay at the top. You have to have something special, something about you, and I've got that fire, and I belong here. I don't do this as a joke. I do this because it's what I do. It's what I'm good at, and I'm going to prove it this year and time again moving forward. I'm looking forward to it, man. But as I said, everything I say is not faced towards him. As you hear, it's all about me. They keep talking about me. I just say they keep digging a grave. But I'm just focusing on myself.
Kristian, a question to you again. AJ's taking you very seriously, he always respects his opponents, but why do you believe they've made a mistake? And do you not mind that there is this talk about Tyson Fury? Do you hope you're maybe being overlooked? Does he hope he's maybe being overlooked with the talk of Tyson Fury?
Sorry, I can't say it in English.
Yeah.
Being underestimated is actually a positive thing for him. He says, planning before God, it's trying to be bigger than God, and no one is. You gotta go with God's plan, and then you will become a winner. On July 25th, he's gonna show the world that this is God's plan, this is his time. You're talking about the fight with Fury and having plans ahead of time. You're trying to plan ahead of God, and this is the time you should be focused, not that. So yes, I'm glad that you're underestimating this.
For you, AJ, when you look at your career, you're a student of the game. You said in your opening statement there you're always looking for ways to improve. What have been the main things you feel you've improved on since you linked up with Team Usyk and the guys, and what's making it work for you at this stage?
Fitness, not just fitness for running, but boxing fitness. IQ, when I say that, I mean like defense, understanding. I know I can really read punches again. My eyes are fully locked in and just my focus. I can just see it again. I can see the punches, I can read the opponent really well. Just my mind's just like that. I'm not really focused on too much other stuff. I'm going to respect everything I do when it comes to boxing and really give my respect to my opponent and his team, but I'm going to respect the sport of boxing, and that's what I've improved. It's just my focus. I think when you align yourself, there's a certain level of energy that it takes to be a championship fighter, and you can't be anywhere underneath that if you want to be good. When you align your energy to that, everything becomes easy. And that's basically where I put my energy again, fully in boxing, and I'm fully focused, and that's why I feel myself improving again.
You've always wanted to give back to the fans, as I said there, AJ. I'm sure every time you're stopped in the street by a fan, they ask you, when are you fighting Tyson Fury? How pleased are you, though, that we're nearly there? I know we look full focus as they care, but it's something you've been asked about for so many years. How pleased are you for yourself and for the fans that we're very nearly there to see it?
I'm not pleased because the pleasure really comes after victory. Signing a contract doesn't mean nothing. Putting your name on a contract doesn't mean anything. The real pleasure comes from being victorious. As I said, it was nice, obviously, when I sat down with the team and they looked at my... You have to put, like, a good manager will put a roadmap in front of a fighter and say, well, look, this is what point 1 is, point 2, point 3, point 4, and it gives us purpose and focus. I know what my year looks like, and but ultimately, my opponent here, give him the respect, fight hard, fight to win, and then you're saying Fury, brilliant. Everyone can cheer and talk about it, but the winning is the true success. Everything else does not matter. winning is the only true success. All of this stuff here for me is fun. It's a good day to be at the gym, but winning is my focus. That's what I want to do. I want to win, win, win.
Last couple then, Kristian, just tell Anthony Joshua, tell the world, how do you believe you win this fight on July 25th? 20 knockouts in his 20 wins, what has he seen in his mind?
I trained hard. I'm ready. And I'm sorry, I'm not good at talker. I'm not the talker guy, but I'm a puncher guy. And I'm Albanian. I promise you, if I catch you, you never feel that my punch.
It's good. I like it.
I promise you.
I respect it.
I respect you too. You're a great boxer, you're a great fighter, but in the ring, I don't have respect for my father.
You know, you don't have no respect for the fighter. Okay.
I respect you a lot. You're a great fighter. I have a brother, but in the ring, I don't have respect for nobody.
You know, when I was taking my notes, when I was watching you, one of the things I said, I swear to God, I said, I want you to show me no respect. And this is perfect for me. So thank you. I want you to come in the ring and give me no respect and try and do what you think you could do best. Because across the ring is someone who will be doing the exact same.
I'm gonna do my best.
Good luck.
I promise.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Final word to you, AJ. What's the mentality when the opening bell rings? How do you ultimately see yourself beating this man?
Well, as I said, my focus is improving my skills, improving my ability. We're going to do some really good sparring, and I'm going to, obviously boxing, especially heavyweight boxing, I'm going to show my class. That's number one. Your skill, your boxing IQ is primary, and then secondary is, as he said, I'm going to punch with bad intentions, and I'm going to bite down on my gum shoulder and plant my feet into that ring canvas and turn my hips, and I'm going to hit him hard. See if he can survive my power shots as well.
Okay, well we can't wait for this one, July 25th, live worldwide on DAZN. Anthony Joshua versus Kristian Prenga. The comeback, maybe the final hurdle to the big one, which we'll finally see. Hopefully all going well for this man, Anthony Joshua, on July 25th, but Kristian Prenga has big plans of his own. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I believe we are going to bring both gents together for the front now for a face-off. Thank you very much.
George, can you?